We're live.
Some things don't change, boy. Okay, last looks. Mm, that boy right there is something else. All right, so welcome back to another edition of Nothing But
Answer.
Answers.
Answer. Answer.
Answers. Answers.
Thank you. The place to come to get all the answers that you need. Again, we have every answer you need. If you need it, we have it. Now, what you do with that answer is on you. Okay. What you do with the information we give is totally up to you. It may work out, it may not. Don't look at us. So before oh shoot, that's why. 1 second. Mm, 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 mm. Before we get started, let's do this.
Nothing but answer. 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 Yeah. Nothing but answer. Nothing but answer. Nothing but answer. Calling the dreams. I'm calling the dreams. Her thoughts and shadow back like seven, but my mind talking cause next care. Cause every don't side, but
There it is. You can't do nothing with that. That's hot fire. Leanne, was that hot fire? Leanne, was that hot fire? I don't like this. I don't like it. How's everybody doing this week? Donnie, how you doing?
I am exhausted. This has been a really rigorous week at what my best friend calls my Clark Kent at the education job, the non-creative job.
Okay.
Lots of stuff going on. I had to write some curriculum this week, and babies is bad. So just a very troubling week for me. I'm glad to be finally here at the weekend. Glad to be hanging out with y'all. Hi. It's also been a minute. Good to see y'all.
Yes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
Glad to
back.
be back.
Welcome back. What's up, Lee? How you doing? Are you not talking on purpose or? Oh, are you glitching, Leanne?
Oh, my mic was muted. My bad.
Yeah, well, hard to
What's
talk.
up?
Hard to talk when your mic is muted. I'm good. How are you?
I'm cool.
You just cool?
Yep.
All right, man. Let's get into it. This is ridiculous. I ain't got time for this. Certain things I don't have time for, and we don't have time for that. Quick thing, I just seen something where a lady in New York parked her car and fell into a manhole and died.
Yeah, she fell like 10 feet.
10 feet. And I think they said due to the steam and stuff down there, it helped her expire faster. That's crazy that you could get out your car and just fall in a hole. And made me think, I'm like, when I get out the car, do I look? Do I look where I'm stepping at?
Gotta be aware of your surroundings.
Well, now definitely do. If if you falling out the car, busting you, that's insane. That's of ways to go. That's not one that I would, that's not it. So, prayers out to her. It's tough.
Seriously.
But
That's scary.
it is, and like I said, it's interesting because again, you just fall out the car. I don't mean to laugh.
Too
This
soon.
is the nervous laughter. The laughter just fell out of me. And Leanne, you can't do this.
Terrible.
We can't do this. Like This is a serious matter. Somebody.
It is serious.
Somebody.
Why are you cutting up? Like,
no, I think my connection is breaking up, so it may have looked like I was chuckling, but I was actually
you don't blame the connection.
Yeah, it was a break. Okay, wait. Was the cover? So no, the cover wasn't on. I mean, it'd be very difficult to fall through a manhole with a cover on it. It's a very interesting question. Was the cover on it? But they said what may have happened, a truck rode over and somehow popped the manhole off. I mean, the manhole cover off. Again, that's what the whoever owns the manholes, the streets or whatever, that's what they're saying. I don't know. It definitely seems fishy because those things they're not light. And what would a truck have to do to roll over it to pop it off? I don't know.
Be going at a very high speed.
So this is a street in Manhattan. How fast can you go?
I'm just saying, you said what could a truck do?
Well, even going over at a high rate of speed, I think cars go over it all the time. What would make it pop up? Just riding over it with that, then why aren't more manhole covers popped up? So isn't I would say they would have to be. But then I guess they would have to be, in my eyes, they would have to be negligible for that. They would have to be liable for that. But I guess what can they do about a truck or something or someone tampering with them? I don't know. That's tough. I just know I have to look at the car when I got the car now. It's got me. Got to do one of those before I get out. Just
that part. I hopped out the car to run in the pizza place a little while ago. Almost stepped into a small lake that had formed in the parking lot. I am definitely far more aware of surroundings at this time.
Right.
Not that I expected there to be a manhole, but
Well, it's interesting because we do things on autopilot. Like we just do it. Like we don't think about. These are things that are become a learned innate. Like innately, we just step out. And I have a truck, so I'm a little higher up, so I jump out. And any car Leanne in, she jumps out. I mean,
shots fired. Heck on it. She was sitting there doing nothing.
And I think Leanne is like, that's why she's not really into the story. She's like, every time I get out of my car, it's like falling 10 feet. I get it. Totally get it. I get it.
Dang, Leanne.
Welcome back, Leanne. Welcome back.
I apologize, Leanne. I was blindsided. I didn't see that coming either. It came out of nowhere.
Well, she didn't see the hole coming. So anyway, what are we doing? What are we doing? Leanne, I don't know what you're looking down for. Stop it.
Oh my God.
Let's just stop it. Oh man. So isn't this why we pay taxes though, to have safe streets to walk upon? So and this is where it's interesting, right? Because yes, I mean this shouldn't happen, right? And I look at like just how things work out. What are the odds that she's going to park right where she opens the door and when she steps out, she falls in the hole? Like it's a lot of things had to come into play for that to happen. But yeah, and yes, the city probably is gonna have to pay. It's probably, but someone lost their mother, so I mean that money won't bring them back. And it's just tough that you lose your life to something like that. Leanne, what are you smiling at?
What?
I gotta keep an eye on Leanne over there. Look, Leanne, gotta keep an eye on her. It's gonna be one of those shows I see. One of those shows. So, anybody else see anything that they would like to discuss, bring up before we get into it? Anything this week as everybody's eating and drinking and going hard body karate? I see.
There was something that I wanted to bring up. I don't know if
Okay.
I remember what it was. I think I do. Um, yeah.
Okay.
So, um, some school somewhere, not New Jersey, America.
We're being very
Um,
informative, I see.
yeah, on point with these details.
I see. Ugh.
A mother was concerned that her kid was being um mistreated at school.
Yes.
The kid's nonverbal, and so she put a hair clip with a camera in there, and you kind of hear the teacher chastising him and really
So
close to him. Go ahead.
let's back it up a little bit. So what happened was the school kept reporting that the kid was misbehaving and hitting and fighting and doing these things in school to other students and teachers. She was like, "Oh, that doesn't sound like my son, right? I know he's nonverbal, but I know my son. Like, he doesn't act this way at home." So what she did was she petitioned the school to say, "Hey, look, can I come and sit in the classroom to see what's going on, and maybe so I can understand and help redirect or whatever the case may be." The school never got back to her. She said they never heard her complaint or gave her a yes or no to coming to sit in the classroom. So then she decided, she said she made some prayers, and she said she put the little camera, like you said, in the girl's hair or the child's hair. I don't know if it's a girl or boy, which is
Boy.
a little boy. Okay, put it in their hair. It was there, and I know people were like, "What camera was that?" We still want to know what camera that was, because that camera is awesome. And it stayed in while he was getting choked and stuff. So we need that to know what's going on. But so we still haven't seen the video. I can't wait to see the video of what happened. We do see the video of the mother when she goes to the school to confront the teachers. I think it's the secretary in the office. Do you know who was in office? Was she a principal or secretary? That the lady was telling her, like, we don't want to talk anymore. Let's wait till the police get here.
I believe that was the principal.
Okay. Yeah, with some lady in there who was kind of like, we're not going to talk anymore. Both teachers were in the room, and I think she said, I think I heard you. But that's insane where a child, what was that, Lynn?
You think you heard what?
No, so when she was talking to the two teachers that were in the office, she said she thought she heard the one's voice. And he was saying, you were there when it happened.
Okay.
You didn't step in when it happened. You are also liable for this, MFer for touching my kid and doing these things to my kid. First things first, I would hate to be in this situation because I would have been locked up. That mother to me showed the restraint of a saint. Because that night when you go home and you pull this video and you're looking at it, you can't give me another 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours to the next day to go to school and not have me on 300 by the time that bell rings for the doors to open. I'm running in that school at that point. So, she definitely handled it better than I would have, because the child was nonverbal. The child could not protect himself, and was talked to and treated this way. And the only reason they really did it, I think, because they felt like the child couldn't tell on them.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing it because they couldn't be told on. That to me is insane. Right? It's insane. And to call him the N-word, to choke a kid, I don't know. What are your thoughts on it, guys?
I would be under the jail. I'll put my affairs in order,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna have to see me.
Yeah.
There's no way about it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You touching a kid, an innocent kid who couldn't do nothing to you,
Truly innocent kid.
and can't defend himself in any way, not even verbally, to say what's going on with them.
Right.
It's crazy. And I wish they would stop all of this. Oh, we have to do a full-blown investigation. Some things need to happen quickly, and getting him up out of there is one of them.
So I do think from my understanding, what I heard, they did suspend him. He couldn't come back to the school while the investigation, things of that nature were going on. But they said it only happened after the video was released and everyone started to call and put pressure on them. So they didn't do it on their own free will. They didn't do it out of the kindness of their heart. Didn't do it because they felt this was the right thing to do. They did it because of the pressure and the lawsuit that probably would come, and they don't want to be part of it. They want to say we were part of the solution. What do you think, D?
I work with children, and as a mom, as a mandated reporter, as an educator, I despise anyone who tries to take advantage of children, especially those who can't even speak for themselves. I feel like that is probably one of the uppermost levels of cowardice, and whatever comes to them as a result is well deserved. As a mom, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have flipped the daggone school over. Like, I would have been in the office moving shit around, because I don't even like when people say things out of line to my children, let alone putting hands on. So,
I just thought about something, and I think if I had a child in that school, I might have been up there wilding too. Because now I'm thinking that a couple of times my kid came home a little off, and you could have, because it's no such thing as a one-off in these type of situations, right? You are who you are. If this is how you're treating these children, that's how you're treating those children. You're not singling out that child. Like, you're not a equal you're an equal opportunity offender. You're not like, well, I'm just going to isolate him. No, this is who you are, and you've become complacent. You do this because you feel like it's okay, and the school has to know this is going on, right? You don't know. You're not just choking people and nobody knows. There had to be rumblings or whatever the case may be. I know, if I heard somebody in my daughter's school was doing something, I think I'm gonna go up there and just jump on them, just because. I'm not sure if it happened to mine, but just in case, I want to make sure I follow up. Go ahead, Lynn.
With that being said, it seems like there was quite a few children being mistreated or antagonized or racist upon this week, with the teacher that took the brown baby doll away from the kids that was playing, so-called causing a distraction, and hung it from the TV.
Oh, that's what happened. I did see that baby doll was hung. I didn't know the backstory. So you're saying what happened was the kids were playing with her or something, distraction, and then he decided to hang it in the middle of the room to show it. Okay, ass whooping. See, I know I would try to be calm, but your explanation would make me more mad, right? When you try to be like, well, they was acting up. So I said, you know what? I'm going to hang it, put it out of reach. Oh, really? You going to hang the black baby doll? Really? Mm-hmm. Ass whooping. We're just going to start handing them out. Because, listen, things are not going to change if we continue just to be passive, if we continue just to be like, well, we'll like you said, we'll investigate. No, we're going to whoop your ass. Like, that's going to start stopping people from doing things. If people thought there was a consequence that could come to them, they would.
Automatic one. Automatic.
They're doing it because they know there's some protection, right? There's some protection. You're like, I won't be physically hurt. You know what I mean? So I'm on the listen. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna show up at your house, tell your wife and kid to come outside. They're gonna get it too, because we gotta pass it around. You gotta feel what we feel. Because if you think yours are gonna be something's gonna happen to yours, you won't do it to mine. Right. And it's bad. It got to be that way. But like you said, these things are coming too hot and heavy. It's becoming too regular again. It's like the clocks are being turned backwards and these things are just happening at an alarming rate, or maybe we're just seeing it more. Whatever it is, it's not okay. And I pray that nothing happens to mine, because I'm a little off. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little off.
A little.
So, here we go. That little jump off the car and 10 feet. Now you're going to come back with this.
I was about to say she did owe you one.
Yeah.
Turned out fair play.
But even in that, Leanne, and it's like these people put themselves in position to harm this population. You become a teacher, right? You knew why you were becoming a teacher. You knew you were a monster. And you put yourself in position to, because you didn't use like, I ain't going to regular school. I'm going to go to school where they can't talk. So when I can beat them up, take it out, they won't, it'll be easy. Am I correct in understanding that a nonverbal child is in the same classroom as these other children? So no, I think I think that was a school for all children that were of intellectual disabilities and of special needs, from my understanding. I don't think it was like a self-contained class or anything. I think it was a school for kids that had that needed more help, more support due to whatever disabilities they had. I know the mother said, we paid to go to this special school to give them the attention that they needed. Like when they start stemming and things of that nature. This school was supposed to be one that could handle these type of behaviors. So in a regular school, that the teachers may not know how to. These teachers were supposed to be able to handle these things. That's the other problem I have with it. They're trained to handle these type of children with these type of special needs. And, I think it kind of goes to show, like when you get paid, $11 an hour in some of these jobs, $12 an hour in some of these jobs with these teacher days who don't make anything, you're getting what you get. And sometimes this is what happens. In a lot of programs I see when they had the high turnover rate, because if I get a job that pays more at Walmart than in this, I'm going to leave this place. So there's a high turnover rate at these jobs where you're doing a great service, right? Where you're taking care of up and coming, the children or whatever the case may be. So the turnover rate is so high, sometimes you get what you get. And the schools are like, he's not the best, but we don't have anybody else. So we keep them.
There was a daycare also recently that got under fire because the kid, and this kid's, when I say kid, more like a toddler, had to be around 3 or 4, bit another kid. So you see the one of the teachers bring the little boy into one of the main, I guess, disciplinarians or whatever the case may be. And you see her bend down and bite the boy on the shoulder. Sometimes you gotta send a lesson. And then you see him sitting in a chair, the other teacher's yelling, and then smacks him.
Your Honor, what was I supposed to do? She smacked him. Your Honor, what was I supposed to do? Your Honor, I can't believe I did it. I'm trying to practice what I'm going to tell the judge and try to get off. I'm trying to practice because you smack mine, I know I'm knocking your head off. Like, there's certain things that just can't happen. Like, you can't smack my child.
Yeah.
You can't.
To me, that it's crazy. Like, even her biting him, you trying to teach a lesson and going to do the same thing that you just tried to correct. What does that send the child? Message does that send to the child?
Well, first of all, message doesn't send about you. You're biting people. It's insane. That's never the answer. Okay.
And she bit him hard enough that you see a little while later, she pulls him back over to her and looks, opens up, like moves his shirt where she bit him so that she could see how much of a mark she left.
Mm. This thing
So
about
even
that mark,
hygienically, like I'm burning that whole damn school down.
Yeah.
you're not biting and slapping my. These teachers are getting out of control. If they're not beating them, they're having sex with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Right now, it's like an all-time high. I see the kids, and I'm sorry, I don't know if it's all-time high. I don't know if we're just seeing it more, but kids are getting taken advantage of left and right. I don't understand it, and it's always a double standard because usually they're talking about the women with the boys, and it's not really taken as serious. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't seem like the women are usually given their sentences aren't too bad. It's like it's kind of like but it's just happening way too much. It's way too rampant, and it's crazy. Like our kids are just at danger.
And it's like you said, these are people who are literally choosing victims. They are literally putting themselves in a position to be around these
Absolutely.
victims on a regular basis. Like,
and that's scary. Where
Sick.
that's diabolical. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna do about a year, and then I'm gonna start my stuff. So kids are not safe anywhere. This world is really just, and it just make.
Is it that, or does it stem from not being well balanced themselves? Like certain things just start getting to them and they don't do enough to make the correction.
So this is my question, and Doc's not here. I wish she was here because maybe she'd help us. But what would it take to make you bite at a kid?
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the question. Like, you have to be on. There's something has to be off to make you want to bite a kid. What would make you smack a kid in the face? It's not yours. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, it's tough because I think, so I'm gonna take that back. Sometimes I think people think that we had that one right in front of the camera, in front of everybody.
Sorry.
We had that one.
You don't have to deal with the dog.
The lady was beating the kid. They fetch in your own time. I don't know. I'm like, why? I had a look. I'm like, does she have 100 of those? And then I realized he must be bringing it back. She must be bringing it back.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
This is not distracting at all. Forgot totally what I was going to say. I was going to say something. Go on. Out of here.
you were trying to, I think you were trying to think of an example when you were saying hitting somebody hitting somebody.
We did there was a story in the group where a woman, I think she hit her kid 23 times. She got showed beating them, and then she actually was locked up. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I know she was. I might have sent it to you, but she was kind of shocked, like, well, I just beat the kid. But I think we had a discussion in there. I think some people think
the kid was screaming.
Yes. Some people think that, to me, that to them will stop that behavior, will make the child not do that again. I am not on the belief that physical, like beating a child is going to change the behavior. There's nothing I've read in any study I see that says that's going to extinguish a behavior. It may make that child afraid of that person, but it doesn't necessarily make them change, right? It might make them hide things more, things of that nature. So I personally don't believe in beating children. I think that's a loss of control. Anytime you hit someone, I think you're losing control. So yeah, it's not for me. What do you guys think about beating children?
So I am, again, in my field, I see people lose their cool, and I see them, grab a wrist when they should be taking a hand or
Your Honor,
picking somebody up
yeah,
abruptly. That
yeah.
is my responsibility and my pleasure to be able to step in and be like, hey, that's not what we do. Do you need a minute? And I recognize that I am blessed to work in an environment where that's the norm, that there is usually somebody watching. We have cameras literally everywhere.
Got you.
But as I do understand that it only takes one split second bad decision that can change somebody's whole life. I'm not saying that it's justified in any way, shape, or form, but I have seen, that child has bit 7 people, and all these families are looking now to leave, and I'm just so frustrated because I don't know what to do, because it really is a natural inclination. This child is not being malicious in any way, shape, or form. Like, they might just be trying to communicate. Like, a logical mind is thinking all of those things, but you just never know what's going through somebody's mind in that moment. And again, now ruin your whole daggone life, career, future, everything, because of a bad moment. But I will say this, as far as beating, as far as giving spankings, I'm not against spanking. I am against, as you described, emotional pops and emotional whoopings. I think that some children do need a physical response but it's in conversation. So my children, if they're going to receive a spanking, there's a specific place that we go for it. I tell them what's about to happen. I tell them why I'm going to do it. And then we have conversation before, after, and around. It's not me, getting mad because somebody mouthed off and popping them in the mouth. I don't believe in those types of things. And if a child is exhibiting violent behaviors, then I think if you react in violent behaviors, you are literally teaching the stimuli. So I think there's a science to it. And I think that there is definitely a level of love that has to go into it, and communication, just like with any consequences, any forms of correction.
What do you think, Lee?
I don't know. I'm not a parent, so it's kind of hard for me to.
No, you're not. You beat Boogie.
I do not beat my dog. You stupid. She get away with doing whatever she wants.
So you think you would beat your child?
Knowing what I know now in life, probably not.
Okay. Very
So
interesting.
what is a suitable response if your child runs out in the street and almost gets hit by a car?
Oh, well, I don't know. Beating's going to change that. You have to try to, you grab them so they go in the street, and you just have to tell them not to do it, right? I don't know. So, like I said, there's nothing that says the beating is going to make them be more aware of their surroundings. There's nothing that says that. The beating will make them more aware maybe when you're around, because they know that you're looking. But to truly teach someone something, it's repetitively, like everything we did, you repetitively have to tell them to do that. If the beating extinguished the behavior the first time, then I think beatings would work, but they don't. Even like when you tell a kid, don't do something one time, it doesn't work. You can tell a kid sometimes you have to tell them 100 times and still 100 more for them to kind of get it. And that's what even as adults. So it's really about a new learned behavior, right? That they can repeat, remember, repeat, and do again. So it's about learning the behavior. The beating to me is it happens. It doesn't imprint on them to do anything different, because that's a moment in time. The beat, it's done. It doesn't make a behavioral change usually. And we can look at it like this. Jail is not necessarily deterrent for people doing crime, right? We know what happens when you do crime, right? But jail is not a deterrent. The death penalty is not a deterrent. Other countries, when they cut your hand off, people have one hand, they still stealing with the good one. If there's no behavioral switch, that physical thing does not change things. one program I worked in, I remember the guys there, it was a hands-on program so we could do physical restraints when kids act up. And they would use these physical restraints for like everything. Like, I told you to clean up. You didn't clean up. We're restraining you. Like, hey, now go do it. So what the kids would learn, they learn who to be afraid of, right? If he says do it, we got to do it because he's bigger. But if you said do it and you're not bigger than them, they're not going to do it because they didn't learn. The behavior wasn't learned. All they learned was to fear this person. So, I mean, just for me, I don't necessarily, and there's nothing I saw where a physical beating does anything. For me, I would use other things, restrictions, taking things away that are, maybe significant to the child, things of that nature. But I mean, I don't know if there's necessarily a right way to do it. Like, parenting is, we're piecing it together, doing the best we can. I just know I couldn't hit a child in good conscience and feel okay about it. Right? I couldn't do it, and even under the guise that I'm trying to extinguish this behavior. What are you laughing at, Leanne? If you was my child, I could beat you.
No, I was thinking something totally left.
Go ahead. Let's hear your left.
Oh, my left was, wow, you've talked for like literally 4 minutes straight. When asked one question and you were going to keep going until somebody stopped you. You had to be stopped.
Well, I was giving out good information here. We let Donnie speak. She told her side, and I was telling mine. This is our personal perspective, and we're giving our own. Just because you had like, no, I don't beat my dog, I'm done. That's you. Are some people simply incapable of learning, adjusting their behavior, no matter what the motivation or punishment? Yes, and they usually have names like sociopath. They usually have names.
Darrell.
Orders. They usually have names as haters. Like, there are people out there that, but what I've learned, I was in a behavioral school, and I really felt that most children can learn new behaviors. Most kids want to learn new behaviors. When they would come into school, most of them could get and follow. If you set up rules and regulations for the kids, they could follow them. Right. So they would have all this trouble at home, and they would come to school, and you would not see the same type of things going on at home that were going on in school. So that means that for something to be a child problem, it would have to happen in more than one place. Right. If it's only happening in one place, that means it's that place is the problem, is that place, whatever's going on. So if it's only happening at home, something at home is the problem. If it's only happening at school, something at school is the problem. If it's happening at both places, that means the child is actually having a problem that maybe needs something else. I, myself, have only seen a couple kids that really had problems where it was the child, where it wasn't a behavioral thing. It wasn't where the parent was kind of not consistent. Like, if you're not consistent, then the kid doesn't know what to do, and they will operate outside of the guidelines sometimes. But is it a choice that they make? Oh, I don't think it's a choice at that point. If you are acting up in both situations, I think there's something going on where you would need some extra help. Where you may need something to help.
Ass whipping.
I asked. So in that case, an ass whip is not going to help. They would need something to help them to see things in a certain way.
Well, statistically, those types of behaviors are increasing in the state of New Jersey, and actually all over the country. There are more children with neurodivergent tendencies towards not listening, not sitting down, not following rules and expectations than are not. And it's actually a staggering rate, especially after COVID-19. The amount of students, especially in my field, in early childhood, which is, students under the age of 6 years old, that are literally incapable sometimes of being able to focus their attention and follow rules and follow the structured environment that's necessary for people to function in life.
So it's very interesting. I too work in the field, and what I see a lot of times are that kids are actually allowed to run the asylum now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they become emboldened to do whatever because there are no consequences. There's nothing they fear. So. But we talk.
What if they got an ass woman?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Even with the beating part of it, well, that's taken away because as soon as you hit your kid, if the kid knows they tell, you're going to lose your kid, right? So
I joke, I kid.
I know. We're not calling the people. You good?
That's why we're not letting. I'm gonna get the dog. I'm gonna call. I think something's going on there.
You better stop it.
Well, so your question, what makes me keep other? That's why if there's an imbalance, chemical imbalance in your body that doesn't allow you to think correctly, that's what makes us differently. Your processing and be able to process things different than someone else's due to your physical makeup, your genetics, your environment. It's all those things that come together that allow this kid to be able to sit at home or sit in the classroom and do something, and this kid not. Like I have a child now where she was just taught that she could do what she wants, and it kept bending to a will because you can't put your hands on them because you don't want to get a call from family services, right? Because that's a problem. So what do you do, right? What do you do? And if the kids don't care about anything, they don't have anything near and dear to their heart, then there's really no punishment you can have for them, right? If you go take their game where they don't care about that game, they'll be cool sitting in their room all day doing nothing or not going outside. Kids don't go outside, so like you ain't going outside to see your friends. We don't go outside anyway. So it's really what we have to control the kids today is tough. So that's why I think we see, and then they have everything's a label. We're labeling everything, and if even ODD, opposition of defiant. You say no 2 times, your opposition of defiant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now you're labeled as something, right? So everything's a label. And some of the things I think are normal kid behavior. Kids not going to sit still for 45 minutes. But if they don't sit still for 45 minutes, they got ADHD. They can't concentrate. Well, and then the kids will tell you, I have ADHD, I can't concentrate. That's why I'm acting like this. You're 5. How do you know that? You're already institutionalized at the age of 5, right? And I wish Doc was here because she really could speak to it better than we can. Like I'm really speaking from an outside perspective. I sit in a lot of these meetings. Okay, I don't really believe that. Be born. Oh yeah, but no. So think about it. This is what I think. This is hypothetical. This is my hypothesis, right? If we are all kind of made the same. We have the same chemicals and things in us, or whatever case, men, women, whatever the case may be. But if you get a little more of this or a little less than this, a little change can make a big change in your outward appearance or your inward, how you respond to things. Could be a little change, I feel. So I think that little chemical imbalances could make you feel a certain way, give a certain way. We're giving them, yes, and that it does. The labels are crazy, and people start to believe these things. When you tell anybody something long enough, they believe it, right? Oh, you can't sit still. I can't. You know what? You're right. And now you're in there doing, you dancing all day in the classroom. Or another thing is, and this is my personal experience, where I think a lot of kids, your behavior is really secondary, right? The primary thing is usually never. So I was dyslexic my whole life until today. And I wasn't diagnosed till I was in 12th grade. So my behavior was what they saw due to me not being able to, like, if I'm in class and everybody knew the word cat, I can't read cat. I'm trying to sound out. People laughing. So now I'm going to turn up, right? You ain't going to laugh at me. I'm going to flip a desk. I become a behavioral problem. But that was secondary. But all they focus on is the behavior. And then what happens is the school, the first grade don't want you back again, so they're gonna promote you to second grade. They don't want you back in that class, so we're gonna put you to second grade. Now you're in second grade and you're still reading on the kindergarten level. Now second grade don't want you back because you were bad then, so they're gonna put you to third grade. You're in third grade reading on the kindergarten level. Right? So by sixth grade, you're in sixth grade. I don't know how you got there. You're on the kindergarten reading level and you're a terror. Because you learn that this is how you get out of reading. When you see everybody reading the paragraph before you, when my paragraph comes up, I'm throwing the book at the teacher. Everybody gonna laugh. I become a hero, and it's I learned that this is what I do to get out of things. So it took me a while. It took it to 12th grade to really figure out what was going on with me. So it's a lot of things going on, but it's not enough time for a teacher in a room of 30-something kids to really sit there and really diagnose all these kids, to really find out what's the underlying issue. You got to try to save the rest of the class. So if 3 or 4 people acting up, they're getting them out of class, or they're letting them go back there and play and not listen because you want to get the kids that you can teach. So then a lot of kids fall behind because they learn we can do what we want. It's a tough system right now, and I don't know what the answer is, but I know it's only going to get worse. Like, it's only getting worse. Like I said, these kids have lack of respect for everything growing up. A lot of these kids have a lack of respect. Even like they try to fight me, and I'm like, you're little. They be little. They be like Leanne's height, and they try to fight me like a grown person.
Leanne, you are a grown person, Leanne. You're a grown person.
She's a little.
Thank you.
She's a little grown person. But yeah, I really wish Doc would have signed on tonight because she could definitely, educate us to some of the things that is going on. Because that's kind of what she does, right? But yeah, hopefully, the kids get better. It's a crazy time. And somebody call, I don't know who to call about a dog being beat.
Don't do that.
We saw you throwing something at your dog earlier.
You did not see me throwing something at her.
We did.
No, you didn't.
Go ahead. Play something for us, Leanne, please. It's ridiculous that we got to deal with this. People see it right in 4K. Long time, huh, Bristy?
I didn't have anything set up to go, so now
I sent you.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Oh, you sent me something?
Yes, Leanne.
About the manhole?
No, I did send that, but I also sent the one question in the room where the woman was talking about her husband touches her or the boyfriend or spouse touches her when she sleep.
Oh.
I definitely would like to discuss that if you could find it. It's just a slide. It says something like she's like, hey, I have a question, or she's wanting to know what to do with while she sleep. It seems like her dude is touching her. When she wakes up, his fingers are inside of her. He's trying to slide it in, and she's not with it, what it sounds like. And she tells him no. And then it becomes wrestling match for the next 6 hours, 7 hours.
I got it.
Okay, thank you. And it was very interesting. I love the dialogue we had in it. I got a question. If your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whoever constantly touches you while you're dead sleep, like waking you up out of your sleep with your private parts being, Leanne, get out of here, with your private parts, being rubbed on, fingers in it, fingers almost in it. And when you notice, you wake up every time saying, stop. For hours, I'm talking 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. fighting a MFer to keep your pants and panties pulled up all the way while sleep. And it don't stop until you remove yourself. What do you think about it, D?
I
Wait,
think you need to remove yourself. Obviously, the two of you are incompatible, and that I feel if it gets to the point where you're using words like that, then it's time to get
right.
out of the situation.
Is it grape? I mean, so first of all, it is grape, right? We can't, I think some people might have the ideology where that's my wife, that's mine, I can take it when I want. That's not really true. That's against the law.
Right.
Don't do that. No,
Denied consent. You are out of order.
No, like really simple. No means no. So that's not even a that's not even a thing, right?
Right.
Now, on top of that, I think Lee Little's back. What up, girl? I would say, and a couple questions I had. I wonder, she says constantly, so this is happening on a regular basis. What is making her get back in the bed?
Right. That's my my thought. Obviously, you don't like them. What are you still there for?
Personally, I think that indicative of a sociopath right there. Right. There's something going on because I think for me, right, I don't know if nobody likes being rejected. So if you told me no once, first of all, I'm cool. Like, I'm gonna go to my girlfriend's house. What I said, I'm like, I don't need this type of nonsense in my life. If you want to say, Lynn, all right, what's going on? You all right? Do you need some help? No, that to me, I agree. There's something going on with him because I don't know why he's waiting till she falls asleep. And I don't know if it's thing they both fall asleep or he comes home later. So we don't really know. But if she says no, I don't know why you now turn this into WrestleMania and for the next 8 hours, you try to wrestle her into submission. That's got to be tiring for everybody. Now I'm at work tired. Still didn't get none. And it doesn't set up you getting none the next night. Like you don't make it appetizing when she remembers the trauma she went through the night before. I think that's traumatic. Even what she wrote, how she wrote it, and what she asked, is it great? I think that's traumatic. What do you think, Lee?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's completely in the wrong here, and she needs to reevaluate the relationship. If it's gotten to this point and you don't like it and it's going on like you said it's going on, that is a good grounds for stepping away. Or at least separating from the relationship.
Okay.
Or at least, stepping away and, y'all get some type of counseling and treatment or something like that. But this is, crazy.
D, anything else?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like we're all in agreement. Like, it's just it's a volatile situation. It's toxic. For both of them, I can't see, like, do y'all even like each other at all? Like, what is the point of being in the same room, in the same bed at this point if he feels entitled that way, but also he's now frustrated, and then she feels totally violated? Like, what do you stand to gain?
Right. And I'm thinking about it more because I made a couple comments. And if you can you get to some of the comments, Lynn? If you can move up, I want a couple comments. But I also think that, he shows that he can't care for her body. He can't protect her. Right? If you can't protect someone from yourself, how can you protect them from someone else? I think that's also something I'm seeing where there can't be any more relationship there because you didn't protect her, right? You didn't protect her. You didn't. Again, love is also about sacrifice.
Right.
And if she was like, "Look, not tonight. No, stop." Respect that, right? If it happened 2 or 3 times, cool, have a conversation because you respect that. You don't force yourself on someone or continue to wrestle all night when they're telling you no. Like that to me shows like, and there's a lack of respect there too, right? Because my word should be my word. Hey, babe, not tonight. I'm gonna just all right, no problem. And didn't seem like any of those concessions were made in this situation. So that's very interesting.
Sad and scary.
It that's really what it is too. Now I remember, in younger days, this would be something that would happen. Come on, girl, you just beg all night. Come on, please, baby, let me put the head in. But you wouldn't like try to force yourself on people. I don't think that's cool. You see any ones good that you read, Leanne? I can't see them. They're too little. I was gonna try. I think Nas something.
Nas something.
Nah, I think it was N.A.
Nakia.
Yes. So she had got into it with one of the other gentlemen, and she was saying that something about men and the bear. I think could be wrong. This is why they went and chose the bear. I don't know, something like that. But
she goes, the comment on this post are terrifying. Over and over again, we learn that men are predators. And then you come in and say men know, maybe I would say should find better men.
Right. I was thinking like, hey, the men maybe you should find better men to be around, because I thought most of the men here said, hey, this wasn't okay. This wasn't right. But then when she explained it later, she said something to the gentleman later, if you go down, because she's like, no, I was talking to you. Yeah, she was talking to Cam. So what does that one say?
And that she also had real life experience with men like this. She wasn't necessarily talking about men in the comments.
Right. So yeah, right there. Open that one up.
What you mean open it up?
Is there more to that? Because he responds to her, well, thank you. I can't read it. Sorry. Can you read that or no? Is it too little?
Cam says, weird that you get that impression from the comments. Men are saying she should remove herself from the relationship if she's being assaulted. Women have said they would appreciate this from their partner. And then she says, no, Camp, you in particular is who I'm talking about, actually.
Yeah, so she called him out like, you're the person I thought was a predator. So what did he say? He said, I assumed, but it...
Camp said, I assumed, but I didn't want to be that guy. Succumbing in response, I figured I asked you direct question. Stands. What about suggesting she get him arrested and makes me in particular a predator? And she comes back because what?
See, I put the Shannon shot like, woo, this is getting spicy.
She comes back and says, because why does a woman policing when she wants to have sex mean she doesn't want to be with him?
So can we stop right there real fast? That I thought was interesting. I would think if you don't want to have sex with your person constantly, Not saying one night, because she used the word constantly. It wasn't like, oh, this happened one night. If you don't want to have sex with me constantly, I would think there's some problem. I would think someone doesn't like each other, or they don't like your sex. There's something going on that is a bigger issue that they don't feel
Well,
wanting
she could
to.
say constantly. It might constantly be the times where she tells him no, that he behaves in this manner.
Nah, constantly means constantly. We can't. I can't say it's like she can't. I don't think she would use the word constantly if it was like
You can't.
every time you
Okay.
get into the situation. You know what I mean? If it's
No.
every time you got into that situation. Oh, so you're thinking she's saying, well, he constantly does it every time we do this. That doesn't
Yes.
make sense to me. Because constantly doesn't mean only when this happens. Like when there's regular, it's cool, but constantly when he does it just doesn't say that. Like she said, constantly he does this, and it doesn't stop until she has to leave. I don't think it's like, well, it don't. What do you think, Donnie? What do you think constantly means to you? I mean, now we're etymology of words.
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell in context, but from what she was describing, I kind of got the idea that this was kind of their regular, that he makes advances and she is not interested. I don't.
Right. That's right. I could. That makes sense to me, because if you do it like 2 or 3 nights, I'm turned off. Like, you really turn me off, because first of all, I'm tired. You keep trying to force yourself upon me. I'm telling you no. I can see how that could happen 3, 4, 5 nights in a row, because he still didn't get none. I don't think he's fighting if he's getting some. You know what I mean? I think I only fight if I'm not getting some. You know, I don't think one night is going to make me fight all night for it. So, I mean, it could be what you're saying, Leanne. I just don't feel it's that way. You know, I think, and rejection, who wants to be rejected? I don't care if it's 1 time, 2 times, half a time. Rejection is not okay. That hurts. And for the person with, I think it would hurt. Go ahead.
But I'm also going to say the fact that she went to the extreme of making this post kind of gives the impression that it's. I don't know. I don't know how you come back from this. Like, if I put my face and my name on this post, and now the person that I'm laying next to knows that this is how I feel, and now knows that other people know this is how I feel, where else do you go but separate?
Well, I think just even feeling this way, how do you not feel like this person is trying to grape me? She said, is this great? Like, having that. Leanne, can you put that was some comments we missed. Can you put them up for me? I want to see what they're saying. I can't. There's a couple of them. Okay, now, is that a choice they're making, or is it broken infrastructure? I think that's from the last one, which, again, I think it's a culmination. How can you ever want to bone when you know the other person just sees you as a pawn to use? Right. That definitely, I get that too. You start feeling like this person just wants to hump on me. So, and someone said that I didn't think of that at first. They said that he's on some Bill Cosby stuff where he want to do it to you while you sleep. So him waiting for you to go to sleep is even more diabolical. Yeah. I didn't see that, but I'm like, oh, yeah. Because how is he always happening unless he comes home from work and you sleep? How is he always starting this while you're asleep? You know, that's also I get we both go to sleep, I wake up, I want some, and I start kissing and stuff on you. And as soon as you hit me with an elbow, I'm like, oh, I'm going to my girlfriend's house. Like, I don't have to, I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to leave and let you get yourself together. But it's, I could only imagine having to wrestle with somebody all night before work. That's going to throw your day off. You're going to be mad at work. I can only imagine, because I'm not a woman, but replaying that in your head too. Because she said you're fighting to keep your pants. The words she's using are not good words. I'm fighting to keep my pants and panties on. Fighting. And it doesn't stop until I remove myself from my bed. Now, if he'd have followed out the room, then she definitely needs to get away from him, because that would be crazy. It's interesting. I don't know. That's a tough one, and and then we don't know if someone, and one person said something interesting. They were like, just leave, but she was like, yeah, sometimes you can't just leave.
Right.
Leaving is not the easiest thing to do, depending on financial situation. If there's, and they brought it to like a DV type situation. If it's, and this person's a victim, they can't just leave. It's a lot. It's a terrible situation to be in, and I don't want to have to. I like. What do you do if your child comes to you with this? Hey, this is going on at night, and what should I do? Like, what advice would you give them if this was your child who was asking you and telling you this is what's going on? Don't all jump at one time.
No, I mean, my advice, same as it is to her. Like, I'm telling her she got to get out of there.
Right. Well, she don't got to get out of her. She can't leave my house now. Like, you're not even going back. I'll get your stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not going to have you go back because just that's scary. And me as a dad, I'm going to kill somebody. So,
oh Lord,
I'm going to put my fingers in you. See how you like it.
I think what's tough about this situation is when we talk about blurred lines of consent. Like, I'm looking at it from the other side. Like, if it's my son who's being the aggressor in the situation, Lord, please help me never to ever have to be in a circumstance to consider that. Mm-hmm. But does he think that consent is implied? Like, does he think she's playing? Does he think, she's saying that, but she doesn't mean it, which is the old school thought, I already won her over. She's already mine. So whatever happens is about, is what she wants. She's in this bed. She wants my attention type circumstance. Right. And so, we try our best to educate to make sure that we understand how explicit consent really needs to be in all circumstances. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's tough because she keeps getting in bed.
I think that's what it doesn't matter. Like, if I'm my son or daughter, I'm gonna let them know, just because you get into a situation doesn't mean you owe anybody.
You have to go through. Exactly.
Right? You don't owe anybody anything. So no means no.
Right.
Right. And say it with the conviction of no, stop. Not come on, stop. Because that can be mistaken, especially if you want something, you can see what you want to see. That could be like, oh, she's just doing that playful thing that she want. No, you have to let them know. No means no. 8 hours. Right. That's crazy. Right. And I think you really have to teach your kids that even if you do get in a bad situation, doesn't mean you have to go through with it. Because I think we talked about consensual, non-consensual. Wait, I think it was non-consensual, consensual sex. Where, or I forget how I say it, Doc, but where you do it, you don't really want to, but you do it because maybe you're in a situation, right? I'm here. I got in the bed. All right, go ahead. So you're actually consenting, but you don't want to really do it, right? Mm-hmm. You're just doing it because of the situation. You're doing it because, like, in this case, well, he's been trying to get it all night. Here, take it. Right. So you're giving consent verbally, but it's not like you really want to give this consent. You just want it to be done and over with.
Right.
So we have to let them know, like, once you're even if you get yourself in a bad situation, you don't have to go through with it. You don't have to acquiesce. You can say no and mean no. And if you got to fight somebody, I'll fight them off. And we have to really teach our boys this and teach our girls this to protect themselves. And for a boy, like, as soon as she says no, I tell all the boys that I work with, if she says no, I mean, don't move, get off, leave. If you're in it, don't take extra pump. Once she says no, that's it. It's over, Johnny. Can't get a couple extra strokes in real quick. No, you're done. Because that turns into something else. Right. And we need to let our young people know what can happen. Right. Because they don't know any better if they're not taught. So we do definitely have to teach them to do different things. Leanne, give us something else, please. That's interesting. That's interesting. I stay humble because I seen people become what they laughed at. Okay, so this is what Leanne is on right now. She says, Freaky Friday, everybody in the chat. Is anybody getting any tonight? That's what she's on right now. Leanne wants to know, are you getting any tonight? Just put a thumbs up in your
What?
You got it on the screen. It's Freaky Friday. I can read. Anybody?
Oh. I didn't know you could see it already.
I think they will still throw a hump at this point. Has a serious issue, right? So yeah, if anybody's humping tonight, anybody?
Make sure you get consent first.
You better. Is there anybody that wants to hump tonight? Okay.
Tell people business.
We need a real. Yours don't exist. My needs are real. Yours don't. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what they said too. Like, you don't need to go to sleep. Give me some. That was interesting. But these are what people are dealing with. These are real relationship things that go on that are secret that people don't talk about because maybe it's embarrassing. And like you said, Donnie, if someone reads this and they see this, they're like, "Ooh, that's me." You're talking about. You can't come back to this house. Like, it definitely changes the dynamic or something. Give us something else, Little.
Did you want to play the one with the parent?
Beating. We already kind of talked about it.
Okay.
And I mean, like I said, and I do think there's a difference. Well, I don't think it's really a difference, but beating the kid up is different than giving him a little pop. And I think she did 23. She spent 23 times, and he was screaming. Yeah. I don't know how I couldn't do it. If my daughter screamed like that, I'm breaking down. No, I'm sorry. Like, right. I'm a soft parent. I get it.
You posed an interesting question though about if sex wasn't.
Right.
Factor. What's the exact verbiage of that post?
Yeah, I don't know if I said
that's actually pretty interesting for me.
How would a relationship fare if sex wasn't?
No, not that one. The one you posted this morning.
I think.
How would your life be different if sex wasn't a something? I can't look. If I look, then I'm going to lose y'all.
I'll try to find it
right now. That was yeah. There's a lot of sexual talk tonight. I feel it in the air.
A lot.
My body's calling.
Cold showers for everybody.
All right. Listen. Cold showers. I need a hot body.
A lot.
All right, listen. Okay, a friend once posed this question to me. Now I pose it to you. How different would your life be if sex didn't matter? That one?
Yes. So yes. I asked you if it didn't matter, in what way? Like if there were no consequence, if there was no consequences for it, or if you weren't worried about it.
I don't know. I just took it as sex not mattering. I don't know what that would mean. Like I said, for me, I just believe that sex only matters when you're not getting any. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. So I don't, I'm not really sure how life would be different. I know if you weren't getting any, it would be, I think so. And what people say, people didn't really say much, right?
Well, because I don't think that people consider the gravity of the question. Like, if you I went down the rabbit hole. I saw it before I left for work and was like contemplating. Like if no one was concerned with
Mhm.
attracting the opposite sex. Like if that means,
Oh
are you
man,
going to the gym? That
that's not
means, how are you dressing on a
oh
day to day? That
no, I'm
means,
not getting dressed.
say one more time.
I'm not getting dressed. I'm not buying that car. I'm not buying that watch. I'm not buying those clothes because I think we
Right.
do.
It's like it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
I was thinking like this is like it's probably the greatest motivator of our culture. What would be the thing if it wasn't sex or sexual attraction, sexual attention that everybody was consumed with? What would be the thing
I think would be
that would be
maybe
the motivator?
ascending in your career of choice, right? Because I mean, you would want to be the best at something, and you would have time now to just focus on you, right? So you would do things for me that I guess would make you feel good, and that might be being the best at whatever you do, or running your own company, or whatever the case may be. That's what I would
But
think.
even think about that. A lot of times people's aspirations as far as success goes is to be able to look better to attract other people. Like
So, mhm,
say one more time.
mhm. I would say I don't believe that to be true. Sometimes our competition is another thing we do to best or feel better. I want to feel better than you. I want to do better than you at work. That's why you have people at work that are tattletales that try to push you down to gain
The
status,
worst.
right?
The worst of them.
Right. Like, bro, you're not getting a raise by doing that. So I do think competition would kick in now, and it would be about how I would ascend in whatever I'm doing. How I would be better at whatever I'm doing. I think that would be like I like playing volleyball. I want to be the best volleyball player. I ain't having sex, so I'm gonna be out here working hard for this volleyball. I'm gonna be the best volleyball player
Taking out all your
ever.
frustrations on that ball.
Oh yeah. Because mine are so full, I gotta take it out on another ball. So I would say, I think other things would, you'd have other things that would take over that would make you, you would look inward. Because I think sex makes you look outward, right? You figure, what can I do to attract that person? I don't have to look outwardly anymore. I'm trying. So what do I need for me to feel better? I would think I could. And that goes to the next question: do men like women outside of having sex with them? Starting to believe they don't, and we ask men to chime in. What do you guys think, Leanne, Donnie? What do you think? Do you think men like women for more than sex?
I mean, I've definitely gone through periods of time in my life where I felt like that was the only thing that men were looking for.
Yeah.
But there have been a couple of really genuine, great, creative, and professional relationships, especially spiritual relationships that I've established where that wasn't an issue. So I believe that there is a possibility for someone to for a man to value a woman otherwise, or at least to fake it well enough so that we could feel
Well, there it is.
feel good in the exchange.
Make it to the place.
I don't want to believe that about all my male friends, though.
So no, it's not all. I think the problem, the one problem, the way the world is that it was kind of taught men chase women, you go after the woman, and you get the pot of gold. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Men aren't really taught, for the most part, how to woo a woman, how to court a woman. That we teach men to play sports, right? Men were taught how to play basketball, football, all these things, but usually we're not sat down to learn how to treat a woman. So what happens is, and then the other thing, since we orgasm every time, just about, it becomes a thing where it's a drug. Like, this is amazing. It felt really good. So since we do it every time, especially when I'm young, I remember young, it was just like, oh my God, what is this? What just happened to me? This is the greatest thing ever. And you just want to keep having it happen. So you continue to conquer women so you can make it happen. And then that becomes conditioned. You start conditioning yourself to do this, right? So it's not as much feeling. It's more, I want to get my needs met. Until you change that mindset or have somebody help you change that mindset, you'll continue to do that. That's why some men still, I have friends that are still acting like that, years later. So I do believe at a certain point, and not all, because men are not a monolith, women are, but I do think some men, I still think they like women, but they like having sex with them a lot more. So like some of the comments was, Keto said, yes, I love being with and around women. Cool. And he's a really good guy. I believe him in what he says. This other guy said, I would say this question is too general. All women are not the same. They are not a monolith. Some women are just not likable, but their body be body. I think that person was really on point with their statement. Right. Their name is something Braswell. I don't know. Uh-huh. So then another person said, I can see why the question is being asked. Neither sex comes off as particularly likable on social media. And since that's where so many relationships are based, and since that's where so many relationships are based now, I agree to that too. Relationships are looked at so terrible. They look at so transactional. I think it's pushing men and women apart. Like society now saying women like, we're going to go over here and stay by ourselves. Men like, we're going to go over here and stay by ourselves. And I'll see you and do what we do. And then you go home and I go home. So it's very interesting. Leanne, what do you think?
Yeah. I agree.
I'm going to fight her. I'm going to fight her. Going to fight her. Is it like on Family Guy when they never had any interest in the opposite sex and they all became millionaires? Right, exactly. Lucky ball. Yes, that ball is, well, it wasn't lucky if he didn't shoot. Silver tongued devil, he must get so much action. I don't know who gets action.
Laugh is diabolical.
I don't know who gets action. But that's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder how men, until you meet that right woman too, I think sometimes women have a big effect on men. If they could really get in there and, help us to learn ourselves and learn them, it helps us out a lot. Helps us out a lot, right, Leanne?
Yeah.
We're gonna fight Leanne. Yeah, we're gonna fight Leanne. We're gonna fight her. We're gonna fight her later. Give me another one, Leanne. Give me we'll do maybe one. Oh man. we gotta talk about your boy too, Leanne. The 29-year-old man from the 29-year-old man from Atlanta who was terminated this week after allegedly spending 3 months adjusting his own work schedule based entirely on vibrational with the office atmosphere. Coworkers say Marcus Hill began referring to himself as the shift vibe manager sometime in February, despite holding an entry-level position in the company's mailroom. So he was at the bottom of the barrel, and he said, guess what I'm going to do? According to reports, Marcus would enter the building, pause dramatically near the receptionist desk, and say things like, energy's off today. I'll circle back after lunch. Investigators say his attendance records show he only worked on days he described as high frequency productive, totaling roughly 6 hours per week.
Yo. And the wild part is he's walking around saying this stuff to the office, and the rest of his sane-minded coworkers are thinking he's just being funny, not knowing this fool is really walking back out the door. Like, that sounds like something you just kind of say, joking while you're on your way to your desk.
Management became suspicious after Marcus submitted a formal memo stating, Mandatory Monday mornings have been discontinued due to aggressive negativity. His job duties reportedly included reassigning meetings he didn't want to attend as spiritually oppositional, relabeling coffee breaks as healing intervals, clocking out early under emotional overtime, standing near the thermostat whispering, balance while adjusting it. HR intervened after Marcus denied a performance review, claiming, I don't participate in systems that don't recognize my aura. He has since launched a consulting business offering corporations energy realignment services starting at $175 per hour.
Does he have any clients? Any?
First of all, hey, you gotta believe in yourself and start a business. He's halfway there, because
that's true.
This does sound like an office I want to be a part of. I want to be in an office where the environment is like, oh, I feel the energy today, I'm going to work. Or
you ain't never gonna be in an office then. Well, who is happy to be at work? Nobody. So that everybody just going home. Ain't no work getting done. Y'all come in, the energy's off in here, and leave.
He did 6 hours of work a week. I mean, so for 6 hours, he felt the alignment. So their problem is they need to get that alignment up about 34%. Right?
First
34 hours. Go ahead, Leah.
If he got paid per hour, then what's the problem?
Well,
What's the problem? Ain't nobody got their mail. That's the problem.
Right.
People.
That's a them problem, not a him problem.
Tuesday.
That's a them problem, not a him problem.
That's why the energy's off. My phone is disconnected because I ain't get the bill. I mean, my energy gonna be off.
Right. So just like sometimes when we come to the pod, the energy's off because Leanne is sexting. Somebody told on you. Lovely Ari has one sparing partner for the evening. Daryl, sorry, mate. Whoa. It's getting live, I see. Oh my God, this sounds like my dream job. I had an ex-worker who used that energy bull-ish to try and get in my panties. Did it work? It said totally worked there too. Hey, well, I'm feeling like the energy is I'm feeling some energy now. Vixen, I think the energy is on. Yeah, good energy can get you in any. Good energy opens all doors, right? And all draws. Yes. So I say, but I mean, you want a job where there's good energy. I really believe that to be. And I think a big part of a lot of jobs is that it is negative energy. When you walk in the building and you feel like the energy stuck there, you don't like that. I walked into my building and it's like, oh. And I know Leanne, you felt that too, Leanne.
Every day.
Yeah. And some of the jobs, the negativity is just all the time. Like they just don't know how not to be negative. Like they live in negativity. And that definitely does start to wear on you at times if you let it. And sometimes you can't help it. If everybody's running around negative and that gets to people at times. But it is what it is. I think he's on to something. And to be honest, I think other countries like they have like the 4-day work week are more productive. They're happier. They have a better work-life balance. They may want to think about doing something like this because I think you get more out of a person. If I know during the pandemic, workloads were higher when people work from home. For some jobs, people worked a lot better at home because your work-life balance was totally different. You could do laundry and do your work at the same time, and people some people were more productive. Not all. Some people couldn't handle being home and just watch TV all day. So there's that. There was that people that messed it up for a lot of us. I know my job, like people aren't doing their work. I'm like, well, let them go back. Let me do my work. I do a hard because in 2 hours I can do everything I need to do for the day. Like, so if you really sat there and knocked it out, because a lot of times in the office for me, we just sit around and talk half the day. You know, I would get there in the morning. Me and my guys would walk to Wawa, get lunch, get some breakfast, come back, eat, talk for a little bit. By the time we get done talking, it's lunchtime. So we got to walk to Wawa again, get lunch, come back, eat. By the time we're done that, it's time to go home. We did zero work.
All y'all did was walk and eat.
That's all we did the whole day. I'm like, yo, we really did nothing the whole day. Like, really. So when I was home, I was like, wow, I am burning through work. I didn't know work was so easy. I'm running through the papers. Like, but that's the difference of sitting in the office where we're just sitting around talking all day, you know? So, yes, we should always chat about outrageous lines that totally score. Yes, please tell me what lines score on you. It makes me feel less stupid and alone. So this is, I guess we'll end on this one if Leanne will have one. It was a post that said, my wife and I have been together since high school. After 19 years, she says she wants to know what it feels like to be with someone else. So if you're in a relationship and your mate, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend come to you with this, how do you respond to that? Leanne, your dude was like, yo, we've been together a long time. I done had you every which way. I'm trying to see something else.
Bye.
Oh, so you're giving him the pass to go do it? You're so nice, Leanne.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
I'm
really
giving him so much of a pass. He ain't got to come back.
So, you know, it's funny. I hear people say that, but after 19 years, are you really going to give it up because the person wanted to try something else? Do you think you would really?
Yes.
That's cap. It's easy to say now.
Not cap.
That is 100%
Not cap.
100% cap.
Not cap.
It's easy to say.
What's the alternative? What's the alternative?
Well, see, that's the thing, right? I think it makes it tough because you've been together so long and you guys, since high school, you're all you each other really know. That's like the girl who you meet who broke up with the bull 2 weeks ago and been with her for 19 years. They ain't broke up. We know they're going to spin the block. That's not broken up. That's just going to get you beat up, right? That's what that is. So I think the duration of time may make it difficult for you really to truly walk away. You may be upset. Yes, we can find out together. I think that you can say you'd walk away, but would you really after all that time?
If they really want to act upon what they want to act upon, yes.
Again,
because I'm not going to be just cool with you running up in other people. And I don't want to participate in anyway.
So, and that's why I said it's tough for us to have this conversation because I haven't been with anybody that long where it's like, dang, you know, we've been here a long time and we've done everything. And, you know, you kind of want to see something new, especially if they've been together since high school. Maybe you haven't had it. And maybe you think there's other things out there. I don't know. What do you think, D? That's a tough question.
It is a tough question because, like you, I haven't put that many years in with the person, or I haven't been in a circumstance where I can say you're all I've known.
Right.
For that period of time. However, I know I have been in a position where, for the sake of keeping the household intact and making sure my children had 2 parents under the same roof.
Okay.
I tried to make the concession of someone telling me that they know monogamy is not for them. And even though we're under the same roof, they're going to be, you know, doing what they do. Right. And at first it was like, okay, well, at least they're being honest with me. I'm not being played in the circumstance that they're out, you know, experimenting and I'm not aware. And then we can have conversations about safety. But I know my heart never really recovered from that because that you are always thinking, well, damn, I gave you the best that I had in the circumstance, and you still said you wanted more or other. And that's a hard pill to swallow, especially because, like, 19 years, you're in the same household. That means it's not just a matter of this. Like, you don't think of satisfaction just as the sexual act. Like, I'm literally giving you my whole life. I'm cleaning for you. I'm cooking for you. I'm caring for you. I gotta smell your stinking ass when you go into the bathroom. And you're saying that you need something. What spice is there that I'm not offering you? And that there's no way really to. There's a hard rebound.
My question would be, I think that we make it about us, and it might not necessarily be about us. It might not be that you're not enough or those things. They may just want something different, a different experience. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I think I think sometimes we make it about us. We feel like it's something we're not doing or not giving or whatever the case may be. But it may be just them that they're being selfish, or they think that something else may be different somehow, some way.
He coming up with funky like every single day. Man.
Crooked letter. No, I get it. I'm thinking, but I just don't know if it's necessarily about that person. I think people are going to feel what they're going to feel rather than shame them. Why not lean into it and explore it together? Well, the problem with exploring it together, it doesn't seem like they want to do it together.
Right.
It seems like they want to do it on their own. So that does leave you to let them go experience this thing that you had this relationship together. Now they're doing something on their own. I think that would be tough, but I don't know. Like, I haven't been in a relationship that long to really understand. If the only other option is to break up, then what do you have to lose? That's interesting. That's definitely an interesting way to look at it. Unless they're eyeing
barnyard animals.
Then fuck them. They're on their own. So, it's interesting. I think it's a lose-lose situation. Because if you do let them do it, where does it stop? How does it end? Do they now want this new thing? Leanne, what's so funny?
Huh?
What's so funny?
Nothing.
No, tell us what was just written to you. Tell us. Tell us right now. Tell us.
Nothing.
Tell us. See, Leanne got secret messages going on the road. Tell us. I think that I do think it would be hard to recover due to, because we do have natural feelings of like I said, you might feel like it's something I'm not doing, or they're having more fun with someone else. Someone else is being with the person that is supposed to be for me. So I can see how it could be difficult. I agree. It's normal to feel hurt and defensive. But once you come through the course, is maybe you can empathize. I can't see that. Relate to another person. I don't think I can. So I know for me, my ego doesn't allow me to do it. Like, I can't see another man in my woman. I don't care what she wants. Damn what she wants. She wants to feel something else. I could throw a water balloon at her. It's a different feeling, right? But to have another man on my woman, yeah, I couldn't do it. And then go back and go after that, I couldn't. Couldn't follow up another man. Not saying I would leave her, but I know she probably could leave the house again because she'd be tied up in the basement. It'd be interesting. Yeah, I don't see how it could work. And I understand people have needs, and I'd want them to tell me. I would just hope that I wouldn't get in my head about it. You know, I'd want them to tell me. I wouldn't want them not to keep from me. And again, hopefully we can explore some other things, like someone else said. Maybe we can let her get some. Yeah, nah, we're not gonna do that. She's gonna get some, all right. Again, eggs, splash. Leanne, whatever you're laughing at, let us know.
I was laughing at what was just written.
Okay, I'm just checking. Yeah, that's tough. I don't see like all the situation I've seen, kind of like Donnie. That doesn't end well. It doesn't end well at all. Can you go do it once and be like, I got it out of my system. Now I'm coming back to you. I don't know. Yeah, no, it wouldn't work for me. And I know it wouldn't work for Leanne because Leanne is really selfish.
Yep. If
So,
it ain't about me, it ain't about nothing.
I personally, and this is what I feel, I wouldn't want to stray only because what I've seen, it doesn't work well. Like, it doesn't work well. I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna have a headache dealing with her. Like, cause she's gonna be, oh my God, was she better than me? Was she better than me? Was she did it? Yes. And then she's gonna be upset. And I think it would just bring more chaos. When I was younger, I probably would be like, nah, I could do it and handle it. I just don't think I can handle it today. And that would be the emotional part of like in what's the movie Indecent Proposal, when she had sex with the millionaire and they thought it was cool and it didn't end up well. Would you want to be would you like with the other person to grab the guy that's in dog collar and go, okay, well, no, I don't want to be, first of all, I don't know what the first thing is. I don't want any type of fecal matter around me. So actually sounds like not the type of woman I want to be around at all. We're different. I don't. Lynn,
Yeah,
you
your
like,
face is priceless.
yeah, right. D, you see it?
She was enjoying it. Watching
She
you
in her-
squirm. That was.
Yeah, she in her
Girl,
bag.
you
She
could have picked up popcorn right there. You was like,
she was watching in her head. She was like, sitting right on him. That's crazy, Lynn. That you would even allow that to be on your nipples.
Wrap it up.
That's crazy.
Wrap it up.
That's crazy.
Intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, it's interesting. I say do what you do, what you feel is best for your relationship, and good luck. I'm not doing it. But I would want you to tell me. I definitely would want to know so we can have a conversation. Because I think sometimes we could do something to spice it up. We could put on I could put like the little thing Leanne got on her head, and we could dress up differently.
Pretend to sneak in the house.
Right.
Oh no, Mr. Burglar.
Leanne, somebody just came out their bag. That wasn't the first time they made that voice.
Pleading the fifth. I plead the fifth. I believe my mama watched this show.
Yeah.
Y'all better.
Somebody
We
played Mr.
We
Burglar.
we talk in the green room, y'all. We talk in the green room.
Yeah, I see. Hey, let's get out of here so we get to the green room. Mr. Burglar about to learn about burgling. Hey, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for coming out. Thanks for all the comments. Please, hey, go check us out on Facebook, please. Nothing But Answers. Join our group. Go check out on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share. We just want to get an algorithm so we can bring more of this content to everybody. We'll keep you up on any shows or anything we're doing. D, you got anything coming up?
Oh, I have so many things coming up, and I really am asking y'all support. On June 5th, I'm at the Hummingbird Restaurant in Trenton. That's kind of a long lineup. I don't really do that too much. I'm really just doing that for album promo. Not a huge deal, but if you're able on June 5th to come out to the Hummingbird Restaurant, come on out. But on June 20th, I'm doing Trenton's Juneteenth celebration. I really, really, really need my folks to come out and support that. And then July 11th, I'm at Kelsey's in Atlantic City, and I really, really need my folks to come out and support that as well.
Okay, Kelsey's. I think I've been there before. Okay, hey, listen, we're gonna get some flyers, so whatever flyers you have, and we are gonna get out there.
I will put them in the group if that's okay. It's not. I'll pose it as a question. Do y'all want to come to this? And I'm gonna put all 3 flyers in there.
Yes, you can come. Both ways into the green room. So yeah, just check us out. We're gonna have some flyers. We're gonna get out there and visit D. Hey, Lee, you got some things coming up?
No.
That's a lie. But we're gonna go ahead and let that lie live. So yeah, hit the button. We're out of here.
Bye.